Hello, and welcome back to Bits and Bobs. Today's video will be covering the history of the 2p coin, a coin with more history than you may think. In fact, the story begins back in medieval times, when the only coins were pennies. So, the only way to get 2p was to, literally, have 2p. Unless the pennies had been cut up into halfpennies and farthings, then there were other ways you could get 2p with smaller clipped coins. But change was fast approaching. And in 1272, the first groat coin was introduced under the reign of Edward I. The groat is a coin worth 4p, and by cutting it in half, that means you have a half groat, or the first ever 2p coin, a denomination of 2p in one singular piece of metal, and of course halving that would get a penny. However, cut coins were demonetized in 1280, meaning the half groat no longer existed, and it would be until 1327 when the groat was reintroduced, under the reign of Edward III. However, as you remember, cut coins are voided, so it took until 1351 for the first 2p to be struck, or half a groat as it was known, on its own singular coin, the first round 2p piece. This design and style lasted for centuries to come on the coins, only changing very slightly. Even people like Henry VIII, famous monarchs, used this design. It was only until the reign of Elizabeth I that the design on the 2p or half groat changed to the usual shield design we see on a lot of coins. And now on the obverse, the monarch faces to one side, in this case the left, and notice there are two dots next to her portrait. This is for 2p, as the coin is a 2p coin, the first time the denomination had been seen. Here is a Charles II half groat or 2p, featuring the shield once again. On the reverse and on the obverse we see the portrait of King Charles II facing left and the number 2 next to his portrait because it's 2p. Now, as some of you may know, it was around the 1660s that hammered coins were stopped in production and use in England. So was this the end of the 2p coin? Well, actually, kind of. At least for a while, and in one way of speaking. Now in 1662, Charles II issued the first Maundy coins, and he gave them out at the usual Maundy ceremonies we know today. These were comprised of the usual 1, 2, 3 and 4p coin, meaning that once again, 2p coins were struck. However, Maundy coins are not for general circulation and use by the public, as they are only given out ceremonially by the king, although they were legal tender. The design depicts the date, not 1662 in this case, this is a later example, surrounding the St Edward's crown. Below this are two C's, standing for Charles. Now this is a 2p coin, so there are two C's. As you may imagine now, on the 1p coin there's one C, on the 3p coin there's three C's, and on the 4p coin, you guessed it, there's four C's. It's going to be a while until the next 2p coin is struck specifically for circulation, but on the way there through our historical timeline, we've got lots of lovely Maundy 2p to look at. So let's see how the Maundy 2p design changed through time. On screen now, we see a design of the Maundy 2p from the reign of James II. It is largely similar, with the date surrounding the St Edward's crown and the legend around the outside. However, instead of C's, it's now Roman numerals, denoting this is the 2p coin out of the Maundy set. From letters to numerals now to numbers. On the Maundy 2p of Queen Anne, we see the date with the crown, although the crown is a bit bigger, and now a big 2, or whatever number the Maundy coin is, featured in the middle of the coin, with a legend around as usual. The Maundy 2p saw no design change under the reign of George I, apart from obviously an obverse change to depict the new monarch, and George I's portrait was by John Crocker. Now, onto the reign of George II. The design has changed. The crown has become larger and reaches the top of the coin now, meaning the date is very separated around the side of the crown, as we can see on the coin here. And the reign of George III also saw Maundy 2p, which looked exactly the same as the ones of George II, obviously with the new monarch on the back, and the date still separated as we have seen. Now then, in 1797, this coin was released. You may recognise it. It is the cartwheel 2p coin, featuring Britannia on the 2p for the first and only time. The coin is known for its design and for its size. This coin weighs an amazing 56.56 grams, and that is 2 ounces. The diameter is 42 millimeters, meaning it's a truly huge coin. In fact, it holds the record for the largest coin ever struck to go into circulation in England. But this was only minted in 1 year, and never again. So was the 2p dead, once again, apart from the Maundy issues? Well, it would certainly be a while. Now here is the Maundy 2p from George IV's reign. Notice the coin is a new design and a new style of minting process with the improved technology at the time. The crown is now above the 2 and the date either side, as we see here carried on to the coinage of William IV on his Maundy coins, and the coinage of Queen Victoria. Young Victoria's Maundy coins had the same design as well. But of course, 1860 saw the great recoinage. Was there a 2p introduced? No. It took all the way through Edward VII, who kept the same Maundy 2p design, and no new 2p was introduced, George V, George VI, and even the young Queen Elizabeth II's Maundy coins, but still no circulating 2p coin. That was until decimalisation. In 1971, old coins were removed and new coins introduced for decimalisation, and here we see a circulating 2p coin. Now it does have the number 2 to give away the denomination, although the words at the top say new pence, as it was a new coin for the decimalisation period. These new coins were made of brass and weighed 7.12 grams with a diameter of 25.9 millimeters, just slightly bigger than the old style halfpenny. Now, in 1983, the design was changed to say 2p, as there were no longer new coins, so it had the number 2 and the denomination 2p on it as well. The most recent change has been in 2008, when the design was changed from the 2p Lilies of France to the 2p Royal Shield of Arms, featuring part of the Royal Shield, which when put together with other coins makes up the whole Royal Shield. And so, from hammered groats and half-groats to the early Maundy coins, through the evolution of the Maundy 2p to biggest coins ever made for circulation, and right the way through to the 2p we know and love today. That is the history of the 2p coin. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, as we truly appreciate it. And of course, we hope to see you again for another one of our cool videos. So until then, thank you for watching and goodbye.